Hey everybody, welcome to one of our last team calls of the year. We have one more this year. Welcome to all of you that are brand new coaches. You've made a great decision to join the team. All we do as coaches is our 4 vital behaviors. We simply work on ourselves every single day. We show up on social and we are social. So we connect and network and we engage with our team and with our clients and with our followers and with our challengers. Literally what we do, help people get results. It is so much fun. You want to shoot to get into Success Club every month that is helping 3 people get started on a challenge pack. If you want to earn income faster, help a couple more people. You also want to be a success starter. You do that by getting in Success Club. For 3 of your first 6 calendar months, you're going to earn your ticket to Coach Summit 2021. It's our largest coaching event of the year, as well as your spot in a pilot test group. And also you want to make sure you're rank advancing your business. Your first rank advancement to Emerald garners you $14 team cycle bonuses. And if you are in Success Club, you'll also qualify for our leads program. From there, you can move your business to either Ruby or to Diamond. Diamond and Star Diamond, you're always going to get $18 cycle bonuses. They compound over time as your team grows and you help people become successful at their goals. And the road to elite starts at Diamond. Volume board, congratulations to our top producers this past week, Erin Hopkins and Moira Casaba, and congratulations to all of you that are on the volume board. This is a representation of your personal volume. That is the volume that you get from your customers. Volume meaning that everything in the Beachbody store has basically a numerical amount, an inventory amount to it. It's not dollar for dollar to what you're earning in commissions, but volume does equal commissions. So you do want to see your name high up on this board because it means that you have more income coming in, and it shows that you have great client retention, you're bringing new people in the door, and you're introducing your clients to things that they love. Also, congratulations to everybody on our Success Club board already this month. We still have 10 days left in the month, and I counted this up, and we're roughly at helping over 730 individuals. Like, wrap your mind around that, you guys. You are part of a collective. You are making a huge difference, and our collective has helped 730 individuals start their health and fitness journey this month. The month isn't even over yet. And that doesn't even count all the individuals that we've helped just by getting set up on BOD, or just by getting on a nutrition plan, or getting on one of our nutritional video-based programs, or helping with supplements like Shakeology or Greens Powder or Ultimate Reset. Like, none of that garners Success Club points. I'm just counting the points. And we're already at over 730 individuals helped. Isn't that wild? New qualifications. Whoop, whoop. Okay, so you guys all know that Courtney Burton is in her 5-star diamond qualification and in elite qualifications. They just happen to be overlapping right now. She literally has this Thursday and next Thursday that she has to wake up a 5-star diamond coach, and she will be ending this year 5-star diamond, elite, and bringing Team Soul Unleashed to elite. I'm so proud of her. I am so proud of every single coach on Team Soul Unleashed, and especially the leaders that have rallied together, the diamonds and the emeralds who have rallied together to make this a non-negotiable for the team. So super proud of you. She's also in 6-star diamond qualification. She had to hustle and partner with her mom last week to get some stuff done to make sure that the team held their qualification, and every single woman showed up on the team, no matter how busy their life was or how crazy their life was. They all pulled together, they all rallied, and now not only are they in 5-star qualification, but they are in 6-star qualification. So freaking cool. And Danielle Porter also hit 5-star diamond in her business. I know she's a couple points away from elite. I know what's happening. She's just like hustling with Team Nourished right now. So Team Nourished has been around, I want to say, for about 6-7 years. Danielle came into the team by way of Erica into Team Viva Vita. Erica no longer is a part of the team. She canceled her business. And so her sponsor coach, Danielle's sponsor coach, is Jacqueline Hughes. And the team Nourished has been working together super, super hard to hit this goal. It's Danielle, it's Danielle's second CBC, it's Danielle's husband, and it's Carrie and Amanda and Renee. And Paige, because she's also in, she also hit 1-star in her second CBC. So super, super exciting. I hope you guys all get a chance to meet Danielle. She's really one of my favorite human beings on earth. And she has an amazing transformation story too. Quick reminder, December promos and happenings. We've got $20 off our 9-week Control Freak challenge packs. Also, we just had our customer VIP launch on Monday. So the launch is just beginning. I did a live in the team page about this. I think people can really easily, you know, do the coach VIP launch and be like, well, nothing happened. Or like day one of the customer VIP launch happens and they're like, well, nothing really happened. And, you know, it's like they throw the baby out with the bathwater. But the reality is everything is just starting right now. More people are going to be joining over these next few weeks and even months. And you're going to see more results coming out, more social proof coming out, and more people, especially after the holidays, wanting to get in on this. So we do still have our Snoop group open. You're welcome to use it. But, you know, at this point, I'm mostly just connecting with people one-on-one, sending them the sample workout, hyping up our group on social, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So all that shared, today we're going to talk a little bit more about LYBYE and reverse engineering your goals, specifically your team Beachbody goals. Sip of water. So with that shared so far, how many of you have already started your LYBYE workbooks? Cool. Write in the chat box, and then let's like get some organic convo going. Write in the chat box what section you're on. How much do you have done? Are you section 4, section 5? Audio 1, audio 2? I know. So Jessica sent hers to the printer and forgot to tell them what pages to print. So she has the entire book. It's like carrying around your Rise Up journal. You got your LYBYE and you got your Rise Up. Section 4, awesome, awesome, awesome. You did your Wheel of Life. Okay, so you guys want to get cranking on this because literally you're going to want to start. My Rise Up journal is named birthday. Yeah, it's big. Okay, so, oh good, audio 2, section 5. Okay. For those of you that haven't started yet, you really, really, really need to start this. You may have some time, and you likely probably have some time around the holidays that maybe you are already setting aside to do this. But I will tell you, there is like the first sections are actually pretty easy to get through. Like section 1 through 4 for me is always like ding, 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 ding. Like I can write everything down. Once you get to like 5 and 6, and then 7 and 8, it's like it slows down because it gets very finite. You start to really get into your goals and a lot of clarity around them, and the thinker starts really working. So it does take more energy as you move in deeper. So I'm going to really encourage you, if you're not there, like if you're still on step 1, and you guys don't have to read it unless you really want to read it, there's audios, and the audios are in the files in our team page. So you can listen to the MP3, you can listen in the shower, you can listen when you're in your car, you know, but it's going to get a little bit deeper. So you definitely want to get cooking on it, because what we're talking about today really has to do more with moving into step 5. I really want to, well, one, I want to find out from you guys what you've already discovered, like what has already come up from you from starting this process. If there was anything that really stood out to you, I would love to hear that. I would like for, you know, however many of you that want to share for, authentically and openly, not in the chat box, but with the group. But then also as you come into the grand design, you're going to end up writing down your top 10 goals. And then from your top 10 goals, you break down each one of your banner goals. And that's where I want to spend a little bit of time today. And maybe it's great that you're not quite there yet, because what I don't want is for you to go, my goal is like you're brand new coach or you're a brand new emerald. And you're like, my goal is 15-star diamond, right? And then you go to like the how, and you're like, I don't really know, but I'm just going to trust it. Do you know what I mean? So that's where it gets a little bit more like, let's be realistic, smart, realistic with our goals. Look at what that means and why would a goal be a certain thing? Like why 15 stars? Is it really because you think 15-star means income? Does it mean recognition? Does it mean travel? Like what does it mean to you? So the best way I can help you reverse engineer your goals is to really understand what it is you want, why you want it. And then I can teach you sort of the steps from there, including the road to elite. I just added the goal guides to our team page, and some reverse engineering income things too. Okay, So what are the page numbers, Jacqueline? You know what the page numbers are. Courtney just wrote it. It's in the file, Courtney. If you look in Team Soul Warriors, the Good Vibe Tribe page, it says right there in the file, because the page numbers on the booklet are different. Like my booklet says page 48, like if I actually look at it, but that's not the right page of the manual. So basically if you said page 48 to like the printers, it'll be off. It's like page 50 something, but it's in the files. So that all said, I'm gonna mute my mic. I would love for someone to share what's come up for them so far in LYBYE, what it's opening up for them, or a new realization that you found.
I wanted to add one other thing. When you're looking at, somebody had asked me this question earlier because I'm doing this with my team and challengers, and they'd said, when you're looking at all your goals, they feel really important, like all of them. How do you delineate the banner 3? Like looking at the banner 3, how do you decide? The way I've always, this actually comes from a different goals training called Shalene's push training, but she talks about you having several push goals, and a push goal is something that makes all the other goals either possible or more attainable, or puts you up in a better space mentally to accomplish other goals that are on your list. So let's say you like have 10 goals, but one of them is like, your marriage really needs work. Like you need, and you know that not giving honor to that space is going to negatively impact all the other ones, then that is one of the top 3 banner ones that you would want to make a priority, so that you're improving it, so that you are set up to have the emotional energy and space to navigate all the other goals. Or let's say like making income, one of your goals is like to have more date nights or to be able to go on a family vacation, but income is one of your like, I need to make this much money a month. Then one of your push goals would be like, how do I figure out how to make that much money a month, as opposed to like be 10 star or whatever. Because if you're making that much money a month, you're going to up the productivity, and you're going to get to the things that allow you to get to 10 star, or allow you to rank advance, or allow you to make more money so that you can afford the date nights with your spouse. So you want to look at like which goals make other goals on your list possible, and that's how you delineate the top 3. Sorry, I just think that that's helpful to hear, so that when you're looking at order of importance, one can feel more important than another, but is there a different one that's going to make that one possible?
I'm just gonna hold some space and see who wants to share something that's come up for them so far in LYBYE.
I'll just share real quick. The last couple weeks I kept like hitting snooze, and kind of like how Moira was talking about, like sometimes you need to like revamp like what's getting you up in the morning. Sometimes it's your workout, sometimes it's your meditation. And I didn't hit snooze this morning after reading this, because I'm like, okay, no, let's not be average. Like, let's do this. So, you know, I'm still in step 1, but already I'm finding that that motivation that I need. So it's awesome.
Thanks for sharing. Congrats to you.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys done the clarity and contrast yet? Is that part of where you guys are? Has anybody done that part of it? No?
I don't know that that's in this one.
Clarity?
Yeah, I think
it's living your best year ever.
I did my clarity and contrast. I don't have it printed. It's not in my booklet. No, it's
audio, because it definitely mentions it in the audio. I thought it was a worksheet.
I don't think it's a worksheet. I don't have it in my booklet. Okay, so if you guys are not going to share, because I remember how I said like the only way you don't include yourself on the team calls moving forward is if you don't do this program. I like literally said that as an announcement, because it's like, you know, like you guys got to do this stuff so we can chat about it. I'll share a couple things that came up for me because I'm doing it. My gratitude section, like all the 3 people that I listed as the amazing people in my life are all people on our team. And I'll tell you, this comes up for me every single year. And I always find that so eye-opening that I start to look at like, oh, the people who are really holding me up and lifting me up and bringing me to a better space are always people that are on the team. So I love that one. How many of you, so I can talk a little bit more about reverse engineering goals, which was a plan for today, but we certainly could sidestep that if that's not where you guys are at right now. How many of you are working towards either rank goals like diamond and beyond with Team Beachbody? By show of hands, diamond and beyond? Okay, and then how many of you then, I'm assuming you're all working for income as well? Okay, so drop in the box what you think, because I know that there's a process with this. Drop in the box what you think your goal is for next year when it comes to Team Beachbody, like your rank goal. Like, I want to end the year a 5-star diamond. I want to end a year a 2-star diamond. I want to end a year a diamond. I want to end the year whatever it is. So drop in the box what it is at this point. Okay, now I'm going to ask questions. So you might get put on the hot seat, but it's good because it allows me to better explain the ranks and why you might want to set your bar higher or have a more realistic look at where you're going, right? Yeah, 3 stars a thing. So that's the first thing I'll mention. So before I even kind of drop into the hot seat, so Shauna asked this 3-star thing. So one of the things I think I see people doing is like kind of throwing goals out, like, I want to be a 3-star. I want to be a 2-star. I want to be a 1-star. Like, I don't really know. I just want some stars. Like, is it a thing? So you don't generally shoot for 3-star. Okay. So here's kind of how it goes. Like, you're a new coach, you get to Emerald, right? You've got to open your business center so you can get your cycle bonuses going, right? You can see what you do then. You're like, oh, okay, I get cycle bonuses. Great. Most people skip over Ruby. Some people hit it, but most people are like running for Diamond. So Diamond is really easy. A lot of people overthink it. It's 12 people. And it's funny because I saw some people right around MBF run for Diamond and they got like halfway there. And then they started playing defense with their Diamond. They weren't running to finish their Diamond. They started to try to defend their Diamond. And so it became harder in their mind because they're like, it's been X amount of months and I'm still not a Diamond and my team is shrinking. But it has more to do with the fact that you're not on offense anymore and you're not just in that recruiting mode, talking about the coach opportunity, bringing people in, et cetera, et cetera. So anyway, Emerald, Diamond. From Diamond, right, we get our $18 cycle bonuses. You get into our leadership pages. Your team starts to grow. You actually have 2 people who have business centers. One of them may be a partnered family member, like a spouse, and one of them is generally like a friend of yours or someone that's in your business. From there, you run for 2-star. Like 1-star is going to happen on the way to 2-star, okay? And there are great things that happen at 1-star. At 1-star, you do get an invitation to New Leader Conference, which is sort of our, like, we've got Summit, the big convention for everybody. And then you've got kind of further out is a leadership, which is for 5-star elite and 5 stars and up, right? That's like, it's kind of this baby, like top dog sort of thing. And then in between is NLC. So it's when Beachbody starts recognizing that you are a leader. And so they really start to bring more of training and kind of insight into the business with you, right? So 1-star is important because you get that invitation to a smaller conference where Team Beachbody's pouring into you. They put you up at a hotel, all the great things. But nothing really happens beyond that at 1-star. At 1-star, you're still getting your $18 cycle bonuses. And let's say you have one leg that's a stronger volume leg and like a pretty strong volume. Like most people have, some people's legs are very balanced. Some people have one leg that is like a lot of volume on it and the other's minimal. If at 1-star, your Diamond happens to be on your strong volume leg, 1-star is not going to feel very monumentous to you because you're going to hit 1-star, but you've got all this banked volume, right? All this banked volume. So let's say you're playing the game where you put your spouse on your weak leg, which we advise most people to do, because if you're going to help your partner grow his account, you want that volume that you're helping them with, right? Going on that weak volume leg. But in that strategy, you're likely signing up some players on your strong volume leg. So if you have your 1 Diamond pop and it's your strong volume leg, your income, it's not really going anywhere at 1-star. Now, when you hit 2-star, you have your leader that's on your strong volume leg, and then you either have your partnered account, like your family account that you're partnering with your mom or your husband to build a diamond, or you have another leader that decides to grow. When you hit 2-star diamond, you get to open up another you. So what does that mean? Like for you, Shauna, you would be, you know, you've got one leader here, and then you get to sign up Shauna again with a new email address, and you get to put her anywhere in your organization that you want. So if you have a partnered account, you might build it sort of inside your partnered account, but you'll sponsor it by you. It's kind of a trickier thing. We'll teach you when you get there. But basically meaning that you can become your own diamond, right? So that would get you to 3-star. But again, there's no big accolade at 3-star. 2-star is important because you get that second business center. And when you get to open up that second one of you, that floods income up. Doesn't mean you're going to see a ton of income right away, but now you've got a second business center that you're working, that you're generating volume in, that your first business center is actually cycle bonusing off of. So you're like double dipping. And if you have a spouse in there, you're triple dipping, right? On your weak volume leg. It's pretty golden. So 3-star is not monumentous because again, it's basically your leader, your partner, and you, right? Or it's your leader, a friend, and you. We push for 5 as the next big goal. And 5-star is when you have 3 leaders on one leg, 2 on another. Doesn't matter which leg has 3, which one has 2, but it has to be a 3-2 match. And at 5-star is when you can start to qualify for elite. At 2-star, actually 1-star, Megan Seibel, is 1-star nowadays premier on the road to elite. It used to be 2-star, but I think you can be.
I don't know. I can look it up because you have to have a certain number of points. I can look it up. I didn't go premier at 1-star. I went premier at 2-star.
But that probably had points, didn't
unless it's new this year. No,
it might be new this year because last year I had all the points for elite, just not the diamonds. I had all the elite points last year too at the end of the year. So it might be new this year. I'll look it up.
I think it's probably still 2-star. So So that's another thing that can happen at 2-star. But at 2-star, like to get to premier, and we'll talk about the road to elite a little bit more. The road to elite is different than ranks. You hit things on the road to elite along while you're ranking, but it has to do with volume on your team. That has to do with duplication. Okay, so we'll go into that in a minute. But back to what I was talking about. 5-star is like the next big goal after 2. Okay, because at 5-star is when all the rest of the benefits sort of come in. You get to join our roundtable, which is like the group on Facebook that we're in with Carl and Michael and Sandy and everyone, right? We're talking directly to them. We work with the other leaders in there. We collaborate on it. Like when we say Team Beachbody, like all of us leaders are working together to help one another, like sharing like the stuff that I post for you in the team pages and all the stuff I come up with. Like that is the network working together. It is the most amazing group of human beings giving to one another. It is so cool. So you get there, you can qualify for elite. You can qualify then, of course, for our leadership convention. You can qualify if you're in the top 200 of the network. You can also qualify. Along the way, you get bonuses. So you get a bonus at 2-star quarterly. You get a bonus at 5-star quarterly. It happens again at 10 and 15-star. But at elite, which is something different, you can also qualify for bonuses. There's just a lot that comes with that sort of recognition and accolade. Okay. So generally, no, you're not shooting for 3-star. You're generally shooting for either like diamond as your beginning landmark, then 2-star, then 5-star, then 10-star, then 15-star. Like even the numbers in between 10 and 15, like they're important, but those are kind of your big landmarks where you're going to get your bonuses. Road to elite is.
I would say too, though, for someone like Shauna who hits high SC every month, like she could easily, get to 2-star and quickly build her second CBC to diamond, which would end her at the end of the year 3-star. But yeah, is that, but yeah, you're right. 2-star and then 5-star. And I always shoot super high. I mean, I set kind of unrealistic goals. I always have, and it just gets me to wherever it gets me. But I think that's a good, 2-star for sure, but shoot for it. I mean, what do you think, Meredith?
I think if you're going to have a goal that is something like 3-star, you have to ask yourself why and what that means. So if it means, maybe it means income, right? Like, oh, I want to have a specific income. My second business center is going to funnel up all this income. Or maybe it means that you're hitting Premier, right?
Mhm.
And with Premier, there's a whole different set of things that go with it, from the volume on your team to how many of your coaches, your personally sponsored coaches, are in Success Club, right? So there's like, I mean, there's a long list of things. And I put the goal guides up for you guys in our team page. But I would say get really definitive if it's not, like, my goals always are, I do rank and I do income as like two of my goals. Like this year, I didn't hit my rank goal. Here's something to think about too. This year I didn't hit my rank goal, but I hit my income goal. Okay. So my goal this year was, and this has been in my Rise Up journal, and Team Beachbody is not guarantee any level of success. My goal income wise was 420,000. My rank was 10-star in my first business center, 2-star in my second business center. That rank goal has been like in my journal the past couple of years. I've still never hit it, right? But I've also coupled with my rank goal, I have the income goal. And so I've had to watch, there's a chart that shows you what every rank caps out at. So you'll hit a certain amount of volume in your business, and then your rank's going to cap out, right? And then you can only earn so much. So I've had to watch that chart to make sure that I could grow my business the way that I wanted to by earning the income I wanted, even if I wasn't hitting the rank I wanted. So I don't get the 10-star bonuses. There's a lot of things I miss out on, right? I don't get the 10-star bonuses, but I still was able to build my business on volume. It's actually kind of less. There's two different approaches. People can really build it with like getting their bonuses every single quarter, but that requires like all your diamonds to hold at the same time all the time, which can get really stressful. For me, I'd rather have a volume-based business. To get a volume-based business, this means you must help. This is a business of duplication. You must help other people be successful with the 3 fundamental things that I tell you guys, it's all you need to do, but you need to teach your coaches to do them. Emerald, hit Success Club, not just occasionally, every month. Rinse and repeat. That's it. Emerald, Success Club, rinse and repeat. And if you want to have a big income producing business, you do need to know, you should read the book, Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy, and I always forget the last name. It's a network book. I think she was one of the people that did really well with Rodan and Fields. She tells you in that book, and you'll see it in many other network books, your coaches are only going to do half of what you do. Half. So if you're hitting Success Club 5, do you think your coaches are going to get into Success Club? Probably not. If you're hitting Success Club 10, are your coaches going to get in Success Club? Likely they will get to 5. To build a volume-based business, to see the volume grow on your team, like I know you guys want to see income grow. It's not just about you rank advancing, because you can get to 5-star and you can have 5 diamonds on your team. But if your diamonds are like literally 12 people, everybody's on Shakeology. Everybody loves their Shakeo, or everybody loves their Energize, right? Like they're all active, but they're not in Success Club and they're not building teams. You're going to have a shallow organization. There's not a lot of volume. But if you open your business center, let's just say you're like, you know what? I was shooting for 5-star this year and I ended the year a 2-star, didn't hit my goal, or I ended the year a 1-star, I didn't hit my goal, but my 1-star is on my weak leg. She always hits Success Club 10. Her 2 emeralds always hit Success Club 5. And those 2 emeralds are building big organizations where like 3 of their girls are always in Success Club, right? Like when you have that sort of impact and duplication, that funnels volume up, because it's not just one 90 PV Shakeology order anymore, right? It's multiples. So I always I think it's really important to have your income goal, and I think it's really important to have your rank goal, but you can't necessarily believe that they are one and the same, because they are not. They are not. My sponsor coach earns an annual 7 figures, and she only hit Superstar Diamond this year, and she's been in the business for 10 plus years, right? she's been earning well at like 10-star or whatnot because she has her business center. She's partnered with her mom for a business center. She has her husband's business center. She has her second business center. And I think she has her third business center. So you can stack all these, right? You can stack these and then you can run sales under one and it starts pushing all the volume up. And then she has incredible leaders on her team, right? And incredible leaders that have built incredible teams. That funnels up volume. So, sorry, I'm not reading the chat box. So keep this in mind, because when you shift into looking at the road to elite, okay, there is a tracker and a goal guide for team builder, team leader, and then there's a separate goal guide for premier and elite. So there's two. I've put up both files in the page. To start to be on the road to elite, to even start like charting it, you need to be a diamond coach. You cannot be a team builder unless you're a diamond coach. So don't even start tracking stuff unless you're going to make diamond a non-negotiable, right? Like that's number one. And then from there you go, okay, let's get on that. Let's get on the road to elite. Let's start climbing to team builder. And the reason why Team Beachbody created the road to elite is because they wanted to show you how to build a financially, sustainably growing business. Not just like throw rank up at the wall and see if it sticks, right? Not just like, oh, let's go for 3-star and see if we make any money, right? It shows you exactly what you do. So when you look at the requirements, it's things like, are your personally sponsored coaches, I forget, I'd have to open it up right now. Or like somebody can open it up and read it if you want. Like for team builder, it's probably like, do you have any personally sponsored coaches that are in Success Club? Are you in Success Club? You know, do you have any personally sponsored success starters? Right? Like I know for elite, because I do the elite goal guide every single year, but that's what it is. It's like, I have to be in Success Club myself. I need my coaches that enrolled this year and the year before to be in Success Club. And every time they are, I get an additional elite point. You get points when girls on your team rank advance to diamond or beyond diamond for every like star diamond ranking. You get points for that, because that what it shows is that you're helping your coaches be successful with their goals, right? You're helping you cannot grow in this business unless you're helping other people be successful at their goals, not your goals. You can say 5-star, but it ain't gonna matter if the 5 girls you're trying to work with don't have a goal to go big places, right? Hopefully this makes sense. So I kind of wanted to delineate between those two things. So I think it's important to have your income goal. And then once you know your income goal, then you can kind of look at what kind of rank would you need to be that, to get that, right? You can literally go to Google and type in Beachbody rank cap outs. There's a Beachbody FAQ that comes up with a chart and it shows you, you can make it, but what is it? $250 a week at Emerald, $1,000 a week at Ruby, and $2,000 a week at Diamond. You can make $2,000 a week at Diamond. That's $100,000 a year at a Diamond rank. Okay. So when you're like, I need to be 15-star, like why? Like you've got to ask yourself why. I'm not suggesting that hanging at Diamond and trying to earn 6 figures is a good idea. But what I am suggesting is you've got to ask yourself, what is the real goal you're going after, right? Because to be a diamond coach and earning that much money, there needs to be a lot of volume on your team, which means there's a lot of leaders on your team. And the only way that that's going to happen is if you become a leader, right? You have to become all the things that you feel like today you're not. You have to step into these shoes and like just visualize yourself as this person doing these things, show up as her, and trust and know that the rest will fall into place over time. So yeah, like you can hit huge income goals without hitting necessarily the ranks you want, unless you want to go based on, if you're trying to hit your income goal based on bonuses, right? So like 2-star. So again, bonuses happen every quarter. They start at 2-star. Generally the 2-star bonus is somewhere at around $2,500 a quarter. So if you were 2-star, if you used Q1 to get to 2-star, quarter 1 to get to 2-star, you would end quarter 1 with your $2,500 bonus, and then you can maintain and continue to grow your business all year, and you would get that bonus all year long. If you're already ranked, like Megan is a 2-star right now, if she uses her first Q1 to hit 5-star, she's going to get the 2-star bonus and the 5-star bonus, right? The 5-star bonus, yes, sis. The 5-star bonus is usually like, I think actually the 2-star bonus is less. I take that back. I think the 2-star bonus is more like $1,000, and the 5-star bonus is more like $3,500. I get both, and it ends up being around like 5,000 total. But you're getting that multiple times a year, right? You're getting that 4 times a year, each quarter. If you're goaling for big things like 10-star, there's a 10-star bonus. It's usually coming in at like $10,000 to $12,000. You still get the 5 and the 2 also. So we'll say you get like 15,000. And then if you hit 15-star, I've seen that bonus go all over the place because it depends on how many people hit it at the same time. I've seen it go anywhere from like 50 to 75,000. Again, that's multiple times a year. So there are women who build and they have shells of diamonds. Like there's not a lot of volume happening on their team, but they have really loyal coaches that just have like they're loyal and they love being part of the team and they're going to hold their diamond, right? And that's awesome. But they have to rely on the bonuses to get that sort of, income that they want to see. That's why like having a business that's longevic, that like has longevity and is based on volume is really helpful. Help people be successful at their goals, right? I don't know what's happening in the chat box. Is this making sense at all? Or is this like way over your head? Because I know for me, cycle bonusing and income with Beachbody was like really hard to wrap my mind around for a really long time. Like we're talking, you guys, I was already a 5-star diamond coach and I still didn't understand. Like I understood how I was making cycle bonuses, but like when it came to stacking organizations and all that, like I didn't know any of that. I didn't get it. There's stuff that I learned just this past year that I didn't know. So you don't need to know it all, right? You just need to know like where you want to be with your income, or if it's rank, why you want to be that rank. And then you reverse engineer it down to the quarter. And what I will say is if all of you are planning to end next year 2-star or above, you've got to lock in your diamond in Q1. Like now, like push now, like early Q1, because you've got the best time of the year in Beachbody. The best time is from like January to, you guys saw it this summer. I think everyone on this call was here for MBF, right? July and Beachbody, it's freaking a heyday. It's bananas. It's like, right? And then it starts to taper off. Like around September, it's kind of like, and then it kind of is like, meow for like September, October. You can still hit high SC, but generally you don't get that surge. Like September, October, November to December, it gets a little bit more quiet. January, it starts to ramp back up. February, it's still ramping up. March starts to build. There's always like a thing in like our spring launch in like March or April, right? And you got to get behind these launches because like right now, if you can build your team to diamond with this launch, like just sign everybody up as a coach with a challenge bag, right? Like get your team to diamond. Make sure they get the best results ever and stay accountable to this program. It will be 120% authentic for them to want to help everyone do this program, right? Like Jess, Amarosa, when I see like things you share from your group, like Beth, right? Like she's having an amazing experience getting these results. The women in your community can't help but want to share that. Do you know what I mean? That's what brings, like they've gotta fall in love. So get them in as a coach, get them results, plug them into the community, and then ask them the questions like, oh my gosh, like let's build this. Let's have a whole bunch of girls build it out. Let's do a bod group together. Will you lead it with me? Who do you know that would want to do this with us? Do you have any girlfriends that want to join us? You've got to ask the provocative questions to get their wheels spinning. I mean, people sometimes don't even think they can invite people in, especially if you use deadlines. If you were like VIP cuts off, whatever, and you sign them up, they don't think they can invite people. Like I've literally asked people like, oh, go invite your friends. And they're like, can I do that? I'm like, yeah. But people really don't know. Like you have to be able to take the initiative to open that line of communication. But yeah, do it with the launch, just like Megan said right in the chat box. Like do it with the launch, lock your diamond in early Q1, because then it's like you can start to really help people get results. You can start to see who some of those early leaders are on your team. And here's the hard data. here's the hard data, and maybe I should have led with it. And Courtney was with me on our, Megan was with me, Courtney was with me on our recent retreat to Utah right before like the pandemic shut us down. We did a diamond retreat, and we had Jeff Matheson and Sydney Maurer there, like doing the whole business of Beachbody with us, like breaking it down. Here's the bottom line. 3 people, 3 coaches every single month. You want to build your business? This is the bottom line difference maker. This is the data. This is like numbers in the system. If you bring 3 coaches in every single month, that's like that's Success Club. That's all it is. If you hit Success Club every single month and you're bringing people in as coaches, okay? 3 coaches a month. That's the data that shows you're building a financially sustainable business. They run all the numbers. They look at all the coaches, right? Their job is to find out, like Beachbody wants to grow. They've got to show us what we need to do, what we need to teach people to do to grow, right? Like this is hard data. People that bring in 2, that's a data line. These people aren't growing. They're banging their heads against the wall because most of the time there's a lack of consistency. And with that lack of consistency, it's harder. It's like what she was talking about on the wake-up call the other day. Brooke was talking about on the wake-up call. It's like you're banging your head against the wall because you're stuck in this, like, it feels so hard because it's like you lean in, you lean out. It's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You have a plan B. Like, what is that Bo Easton book? Like don't have, like, what is it? Make this your plan A? Like, ditch your plan B? Like, whatever his book's called. Like, when I decided this was going to be my plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like there is no other plan. You go in with both feet. You show up differently. It's a different amount of consistency, non-negotiable activity. There are hard lines that I will refuse to miss. I will do whatever I have to do to make them happen, right? But the data line is 3. So you see the people like Moira hitting like Success Club, 40, or Courtney or Megan hitting Success Club 20, and you're like, well, I can't do what they do. You don't have to. You just need to help 3 people. Okay, that's it. Every single month. And what I've seen in my business, and what I think most people see in their business, and this is also sort of like the kind of chatter, is that for every 10 people, you'll have 1 builder. So what does that mean? Okay. For every 10 people, you'll have 1 builder. It doesn't mean for every 10 people you enroll as a coach, you'll have 1 diamond. You'll have 1 person do something. You'll have 1 person that gets some Success Club points on the board, or decides to get in Success Club, or decides to hit Emerald. So if I'm looking at your organization and I can see you have 8 coaches, you haven't found your 1 yet. So get out of your head, right? Get out of your head, because you're not even to that like ratio that most of us are seeing in our business. So if you're only bringing in 3 people a month, then you've got a 3-month period where you might find 1 builder that you can run with, right? Yeah, it means a possible runner everything. And some people, the numbers are less. Some people will say it's 1 in 3 or 1 in 5, like everyone's conversion numbers are different. For me, it's hard 1 in 10. Hard 1 in 10. Because if you count my active coaches in my organization, I have about 100, but I have 10 diamonds. That's a hard 1 in 10. For diamond anyway. For builders, I've got a bunch of emeralds too. So there's that. But like, if you're looking to get to 2-star, for me, it's a clear 1 in 10 for diamond. Yes, Courtney said, so many times I see my coaches sign up their 1 person and say, I found my 1 person. And when they don't do anything, that person's devastated. And Courtney, how many times have me and you even said like, I got my girl. Like, oh, she's going to change everything in my business. And she usually quits before she starts.
I've called Meredith probably 7 times a year. I message her and I screenshot the person's Instagram. I'm like, this girl just signed up. This is it. Like, this is going to be my girl that is running. Watch out. And then like 3 days later, I messaged Meredith. I'm like, oh, she already quit. she already quit. I'm like, I don't understand like why, but I see so many of my new coaches do the same thing. They'll message me and they'll be like, all right, Courtney, like I signed up my husband. I signed up this 1 girl. She's going to be like, this is it. Like this, I'm going 2-star like next week. And I'm like, all right, sweet. Let's make it happen. And then the 1 girl quits. and they just get devastated because the one person they thought was going to do this with them isn't doing it with them. You guys, and oh God, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to like Barbie Kalev, who's been in the business for a very long time. And she was saying, like, we were talking about numbers. And she said, like, we were talking like 1 in 40 or something like that. I don't remember why we were talking about that, but we're just talking about bigger numbers. Like for me, it seems, because I'm a higher recruiter, it seems like it's more like 1 in 20 want to do something. So many girls give up at 19. They don't keep going for that number 20. And you know what? If it doesn't happen with 20, like you got to go to 21 and you got to go to 22. They say maybe in order to get to 5-star, you need 100 coaches. What if the coaches, Jessica's eyes were just like, oh my God. That was like, for me, that was kind of like my number in my head, what I thought, you know? But what if it's coach number 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99 that get you there? What if it's those last 5 and you gave up at 94 after working so hard to get there? Like, that's the mentality, you guys. Like, you're going to be successful in this business if you don't give up at the end of the day. And not just don't give up, because I have plenty of girls on my team that have been like, well, I'm still here. I didn't give up. I'm like, you put like, it was like the National Wake Up Call this week, right? Well, you post once a week and you're like this on your own journey and you're not really doing the work. So you kind of gave up. But yeah, it's, you know, if you stay consistent and you recruit those 3 coaches every month, what's 100 divided by 3? 33? 33 months. I'll see you in 33 months. I wonder how many months I've been in the business. Almost 4 years. What's that?
Like 50.
48.
Yeah. Hey guys, it took me longer and I recruited more than 3 a month. I'm still here. Right, Megan? I see you, Megan. I see you, girlfriend. She's like, I'm with you.
And how amazing that they built incredible businesses along the way, had fun, transformed their lives, transformed their families' lives. You know, it's like, it's so much more. I mean, like, we can sit down and play this game of like goals and numbers and stuff. And I think that is important for what's relative right now, which is like figuring out goal setting and reverse engineering your goals. But you also have to keep your mind on the bigger picture. You know, and one thing that Courtney had said too is like, you know, somebody quits and then it's like, oh, give up a minute before the miracle and they quit too. But it's like, the only person that's ever going to build your business is you. So it's like, you can think that you found your girl, but the only person that's ever going to build your business is you, right? You have to want to help other people achieve their goals, not your goals. You know, I've helped a lot of women achieve their goal. Their goals weren't necessarily always what I was hoping they would be, right? Because I if that was the case, I would have been a superstar diamond like in my first year. You know what I mean? But it's like, you just need to keep showing up. I've had diamonds quit. I've had star diamond quit. I've had people that I've taken on international trips quit. People will quit. It's a job, right? If they're not maintaining the joy in it, people have liberty to leave, right? Like, it's an open door policy. No one's keeping you here. But
I think we should talk about, I know we're talking about numbers and everything, but I really think we should talk about how those of us who have teams and have built teams have had moments where we were like, nobody wants to do this with us. I don't know where I'm going to find my next working coach, and another one just quit, and another. Like, I think that's important, because I think that for me, in the beginning, I was really intimidated to talk about the business, learn about the compensation plan. I just was like, can't I just sell challenge packs and eventually I will get there? And I think I would have gotten there faster had I been focused and had a goal and had both a rank goal and also an income goal, just like Meredith is saying, because you might not hit the rank goal, but you're going to see your income grow if you're showing up every day and doing the right business building behaviors on the business activity tracker. But recruiting is a skill that I think we learn along the way, and we learn it by trying things and not being that great at it or whatever, flip-flopping, right? So it's almost like I just decided not to listen to that fear in my head of I'm not going to find anybody who wants to work this business, because every time somebody was like, yeah, well, I want to work the bit, when they would say I want to work the business, or they would say yes, or I would get a yes, or I would sign up a coach who actually showed up on the team call, I would be surprised. And I think had I just decided to just say, why doesn't everybody want to work this? Because there's different levels of working it. It's like, somebody can get to Emerald, which can get you to Diamond quickly by just signing up a couple friends and making some money. And it doesn't have to look like a business owner in the beginning. It can just look like a hobby, and that's okay. There's plenty of top coaches who are top coaches because they have a core, smaller group of really running badass working coaches who are business owners amongst a sea of people who are just discount coaches and hobby coaches. Like a huge organization. Mary's pointing out herself, huge organization. So whether it's like an affirmation or something, I think we need to talk about the fear that surrounds a lot of coaches at different stages with recruiting. I mean, what can you guys share, like in the chat or unmute yourself? Like, how are you dealing with this? We all have these thoughts at different points in time. We all have them. What can we do, and how can we teach our coaches and our future coaches to just not let that stop them? Because that really, it's not even us missing out on opportunity. It's us not being able to relay an opportunity that could change someone's life. So I think that's important, because I don't know. Courtney, what do you do?
I know we're going to run out of time here pretty soon. Oh, I'm sorry. I know we're going to run out of time.
Yeah.
We're right out of time. But I also, I wanted to say to that point, one of the things is we talk about numbers, and Mara will even tell you it's frustrating to probably deal with me sometimes, because I honestly, when I set goals, like I'm in some masterminds and people will be like, well, what's your hard number? Well, what's your elite goal guide? And like, after the first 2 years in this business and pushing to elite and ending the year, I learned a very valuable lesson. It was like, when I get to the goal, I want to feel like this. I want to feel like this on the way to the goal. Like being able, and what Megan is saying is like, what are you going to do to own your own journey, in that you aren't going to be subject to what other people do or do not decide to do in this business. You're going to know yourself well enough to participate in your own rescue, to allow things to happen. And this isn't just for business, this is for life, right? It's to be like, things are going to happen outside my control. People are going to respond, but what am I going to do? What is my plan and my strategy to participate in my own rescue? And that's why so many of my goals come with an addendum. It's like, how do I want to feel on my way to this goal? Who do I want to become as I achieve this goal? Because that is what's going to sustain me long-term. And that's what's going to mean the most to me as I go into that next phase of my life, as I go into that next phase of my business, all of that. So as you're looking at your goals, like, have your strategy. Like, is it gratitude? Are you going to have a self-care practice? Are you going to have a way of acknowledging, or even like a mantra? Like when people exit my business, like I honestly say something, like I give them a mantra, an affirmation, like, I leave this door open for them to return if they need anything. I don't ever hold any negative feelings for them, because all of that shit comes back to you. I will honestly sit and calm myself, and I'll write them a message. I'll be like, I saw that you decided. I hope that my door is always open to you. If you choose to come back, this team was always a place for you to be, whatever. And I can't tell you how many times they've actually come back and been like years later, and they'll say, like, I need support again. I don't know why I ever walked away from this community. It was the best supportive experience of my life, whatever. Remember your big picture, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Remember that while it may sting for your initial goals, like if you keep that abundance mindset instead of lack, you are going to attract so much more positive energy to you and into this business than you ever will by being bitter or having hurt feelings or talking down to yourself because of what somebody else decided to do for a moment in their life, for whatever felt like it was the right move for them at that time. Understand that whatever decision they came to has more to say about their journey than yours. And if you assign yourself any ownership in that, you are only shooting yourself in the foot and blocking whatever abundance is coming to you in another area. And one of the things I always say now is like, if they're leaving, it's because I need to open the space to create room for somebody else. I actually have that written somewhere because I needed to see it as a visual reminder for myself. Like, if someone is exiting your life, it's because that space was meant to be occupied by someone else. And if you're going to hold on to that, you're blocking that from happening to you. So like, these are just the things that from 7 years in this business, I have to do. I look at the goals guides. I do look at my leadership stuff, but I assign how I need to feel and how I keep this fun for me and how I know that I will show up is by attaching more of I'm going to show up in this space. And that's my first indication too for extreme ownership, to be like, I'm not in that space. What am I doing wrong? Like, am I not filling my cup in these other areas? Do I need to take a minute and re-strategize how I'm going about reaching this goal? Like, what is it that I'm subscribing to? And that's where you step into extreme ownership, and you can put a plan together that means something to you at every phase in your business. And so if you feel like you lose your lackluster for the business, or you don't know what to share, instead of thinking this isn't for me or this is too hard, flip the script in your mindset. You know, where can I make this fun? Tony Robbins says, if you ask shitty answers, if you ask shitty questions, you get shitty results, or shitty questions, shitty answers, right? So instead of like, why does this always happen to me? Or why is this going wrong? Or why can't I ever hit that goal? Be like, how can I shift something in this area to achieve that result? What is it that I can maybe look at in a more creative light? And there's different parts of yourself that you can bring to the table, whether it's more of a creative space, whether it's more of a loving, nurturing space, whether it's more of a warrior like mindset. And each part of you has a calling in this business, and you maybe are tapping only into one part of you, and you need to lean into another part to find a more creative answer, right? So personal development is huge. I'll say that till the day is long, but you guys just know that things are always going to happen that are outside your control. And if you lean in, you can do this.
Can I just say one really fast thing? Yes, thank you. That was awesome. And Megan, I love your point too, because, and I think a lot of it had to do with the National Wake Up Call yesterday, when you see these gaps and it's like, how do I get people to do this with me? I'm always in that space. But I think sometimes for somebody who's never owned a business or been their own CEO, when you jump in and then that language is used, you're the CEO of your own business. I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I've never owned a business. I don't know. And so sometimes you feel like you're behind the 8 ball right away. Oh my God, and so I think it's taken me a full year almost just to understand the work ethic. Let alone all the other layers of all the things. It's I feel like I've taken a tiny, tiny baby step in the right direction, the tiniest of baby steps. But the fact that I'm still here a year later, almost a year later, but it's just, there's so much to learn and absorb and understand. And it takes you this long just to sort of step into the right mindset. And I think that just, when you talk about not giving up, there's just so far to go that if you give up in the first year, you haven't even scratched the surface of not even scratched the surface of what it means to be a CEO, I guess. I don't know if that makes any sense. Now I'm just rambling.
It definitely makes sense. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I think there's, it's really easy to have perceptions too. We all create stories, right? You probably have a story created about I don't know, Megan, well, of course Megan's successful. She's been a coach for 5 years or whatever. It's woo. But if I could tell 6, if I could tell you the beginning of her story, and I'm not, because I'm sure I've told you guys before, but it wasn't that. It was she hit the ground running in the first year and became a diamond coach. It did not look like that at all, So it's very much what you said, Jess. It's you have to have this time, because it's so much about everything Jacqueline said about working on you, right? It's yeah, you can have business goals and write down all these things and figure out what these numbers are and become leaders and these things, but the evolution of it happens over time, right? You just have to be willing to give everything time.
The one last thing, Merritt, I'll keep this super tight. The one last thing I'll ask you guys to do too is to remember, when you have things that are undesirable in this business happen to you, or things that you don't want, or people cancel, understand too, and this is super powerful. This is one of the things I always remember. This is teaching me something that at some point I'm going to have to walk somebody I want to mentor through. So if you don't have the experience yourself, it's going to be really hard for you to have your coach. You want to be this big time leader. Anytime you have a rank advancement goal, that means you want to be a leader. So expect lessons that every leader needs to learn. Don't think that it's going to be a straight up shot, because that doesn't allow you to condition and build the strength and the endurance that it takes to maintain the level. Because not only now at the top or the leadership position that you want, are you going to have to maintain, but you're going to want to continue to grow. So now you're going to work doubly as hard. So if you want that leadership position, be prepared for the lessons along the way that are going to condition you and grow you for that. So, and when things happen, I check myself and I'm like, well, shit, this sucks. Well, this is just going to teach me to be a better coach. Well, this is going to help me walk somebody else through it when it happens to them, because inevitably it will. So if you can look at the things that happen that you don't necessarily want to happen as great learning opportunities that are helping you step into a better leadership space, you will do yourself a huge service, in that you will again step into that abundance mindset, let go of like why is this happening to me? Lack, that nasty place our mind wants to go out of survival technique, and turn it into something positive. Like, okay, so how can I make this better for someone else when it happens to them? How can I connect with them on a heart-centered level when this does eventually trickle down, right? And that helps me a lot too. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
Great words to close on. Thank you so much for sharing that and always bringing levity to these conversations. And, if you guys have questions on any of the stuff from income to road to elite, like certainly you can ask them in our team page, and I do my best to answer everything. There are a few files there I recommend you check out. I just uploaded them today. For those of you that are on our bigger team page, one is how to reverse engineer your goals with Team Beachbody. And it's basically showing you like how much volume you need to have on your team to hit a certain amount of income, and like, what does that look like? How many Shakeology orders, or, how many coaches that are hitting Success Club? But it does go back to that whole ethos of, I'd rather be a diamond coach and every coach on my team is NSC and like doing a little bit of something, than be like a 2-star coach that has like nobody working but me and my spouse and me. Literally, like that is a recipe to like hate on what you're doing. But if you can help everybody have a little bit of success and help everybody get a little taste, you know what it's like. Y'all got a taste. Like you get a little taste and you get in and you want a little bit more. So it's just those three, right? It's just helping those three people, or helping, your people that you have on board, like remind them of the bestie bonus. We kind of call it a bestie bonus, but it's just, we earn money when it's referrals, basically, right? Like if they refer a friend to join your boot camp, they send out their link, they basically get a $50 to $70 kickback, if not more, right? So just remind them, hey, you have bestie bonuses that you can give out. So, have you asked some of your friends if they want to join us for 9-week Control Freak? Because this can help pay for your Shakeology monthly, so don't be shy to do that, because that empowers them and gets a paycheck in their pocket and gets them a little bit more interested, drives up your volume, build your team. But yeah, if you have any questions, look on the team page at what I added for those goal guides for Team Builder. Get your booties if you're serious about your business. Get your booties to Diamond in Q1, like early Q1, so you can really lean into the bigger goals all year long. And thank you for hanging out over time today. I know some of you are going to be back on with me tonight, so we get a lot of each other today. We get a lot. It's going to be awesome. I love you guys, and I'll see you all later on. Bye, guys.